Hey guys, XJ9's here, and today's gonna be the patch 12.7 notes. It's pretty late here, but I kind of just want to get this out of the way because I just want to go to sleep and take a shower and stuff. So yeah, we're going right into it. However, before we get into it, I've just been streaming on Twitch a little bit. I've been playing Renata. People keep on asking like, "Oh, have you quit jungle?" The answer is no. I'm just enjoying playing Renata. I played Seraphine too because they banned Renata because of dodges. It was pretty fun too. So it's just fun playing something different and like I don't know. I'm just enjoying the game. I feel like people just don't enjoy games nowadays. They just care about the win so much that they don't enjoy the game. So yeah, that's pretty much it. We're not gonna talk about this. This is just some adjustments with Zerry. Mid-patch adjustments, that's not what we're going through. I know it's a bit late, but I'll be honest, I kind of just didn't realize these even came out. Oops. So game playing burn base damage was 55 to 225. Now it's 55 to 310. So early game mostly gonna be the same. He's mostly just gonna get a big buff later on in the game and probably a little bit of mid game. How big of a deal is it? I don't think it's that big of a deal, but because I think if he gets melee, he usually just dies. But I don't know. It's definitely a solo queue buff. Mana cost on his W was 80 to 120. Now it's 60 to 100. That's a huge change. Uh, Shaving off 25% of the mana cost is insane. So yeah, this is really good in general. So yeah, you'll definitely be seeing more game playing. Gwen's getting a pretty significant buff. Pretty sure she'll be back in pro just because I feel like I played her with the nerfs. I don't really notice that much of a difference honestly. And I'd rather have these buffs than the other stuff they took away from her. So her E refund is gonna be 60%. It used to be 50%, and her cooldown for ultimate was 120 to 80. Now it's 180. That's huge because especially with jungle Gwen, which is why they nerfed Gwen. Uh, when you use your ultimate and it's down, you're pretty weak in the jungle. So having him up more is pretty significant. So yeah, that's a ginormous buff for Gwen. Jace. Jace health growth was 90. Now it's 95. Base health was 560. Now it's 520. His but so all this means is his total health was 560 to 2000, 90. Now it's 520 to 2135. Base armor was 27. Now it's 22. Armor growth was 3.5. Now it's 3.8. Armor 18 unchanged. So overall, it's a nerf, but he gets buffed late game. But late game rarely happens, so it's mostly just targeting his early game. It's kind of funny that Jaso gets a it's very rare where they nerf the early game and don't nerf the late game as well. So that's pretty interesting. Sorry, I'm yawning because I'm just tired. Close to base mana was 250, now it's 300. That's huge. Movement speed was 325, now it's 330. That is huge. Attack speed growth was 4, now it's 4.5. That is just pretty crazy. I would even say Close was pretty fine, honestly. So yeah, that's a pretty generous buff. Definitely gonna see her. People just don't play her because I don't know, she's just different from other champions. People don't really play quote unquote weird champions. Karthus damage against monsters was 65%, oh no, 85%, now it's 95%. I don't think he should get buffed in jungle. I don't think he belongs in jungle, so I don't agree with that. That's simple as that. I don't think he belongs in jungle. Lee Sin, so he's getting nerfed. I saw, again, I've read this stuff, so base AD was 68, now 66. That's quite significant, especially because his, whatchamacallit, well, I don't know if it's that significant because it's only base AD because his a lot of his ratios are bonus AD, not base AD. So that mostly just hurts his auto attacks, but it's pretty significant because of his clear and I guess like little minor damages. But they nerfed his abilities, his Q1 and Q2. They whatchamacallit nerfed five. Well, so Sonic Wave it was 55 to 155. Now it's 50 to 150, so it's minus 5 damage. Uh, and then so that's the Sonic Wave, and then Resonating Strike was minus 5 as well. Damage. And but the maximum damage was it was minus 10. I still feel like they should have nerfed his bonus AD honestly because I feel like he scales too hard, especially with Conquer because Conquer's bonus AD. I feel like they shouldn't be targeting the base AD because if they target the base AD like this and the base ratios hurts his jungle clear. Which I mean, is it too fast? I mean, maybe it is. Honestly, I remember when he wasn't that fast. Um, but nerfing the bonus AD ratio would nerf Conquer for him, as in like he wouldn't get his jungle clear would be the same even if you nerf his ratios from say 200% to 100%. But so his jungle clear would be the same, but him killing champions is completely different because he can't just instantly kill you. So yeah, I don't. It's a damage nerf, but I think he's still gonna be picked because I don't know why they leave those insane ratios. Like they can literally cut his ratios in half and he'd still be good. Like that's just the honest truth. Lilia healing against champions was 12 to 140. Not and 12% AP. Now it's 12 to 140, still the same, but now it's 20% AP. Uh, Watch out, Eep was 70 to 150 damage. Now it's 80 to 160. Thing about that is that it's triple damage if you hit the metal, so that's quite a significant damage increase. It's 3 damage at all ranks, so pretty good for clearing. I'm not sure if the healing against champions applies to monsters or not. I honestly don't know. Or if it's this or W, like this, like what, like does this just help against champions? Does this help against clear, or does this help against clear? I don't really know, but in general, it's really good. W damage buff is nice just because she has some mana issues, so it should also take care of that mana issue. Nico, passive bonus magic damage on her shape splitter was 50 to 130. Now it's 50 to 170, and her passive move speed was 10 to 30. Now it's 10 to 40. It's kind of weird because I don't get why Riot is like, oh, because they say here that they don't, they want attack speed Nico to be back, and it's already strong and stuff. And it's like, okay, well, why did you nerf it then back then? Like I don't get it honestly. It's kind of weird. It's almost like they kind of kill off their own champions. Like I don't know. Eh. I feel like they could have did more with Nico because she's just like you throw an E, throw a Q. Like does your E hit? Yes. You throw a Q and then ult. Like I don't know. There's not much to her, but she's kind of fun. I think she gets more complex if you're doing an attack speed build, but yeah, it's kind of rare anyway. As in like I don't know. I just want to jungle with her, but yeah, I guess that's never gonna come. Oh well. Pantheon. Base health regen was 9, now it's 7.5. Tap Q length was 550 units, now it's 600. Tap Q width was 150, now it's 120, so it hits a bit longer. E Aegis Assault, steadfast shielding. Pantheon is no longer slowed if moving backwards while E Aegis Assault is active. That's a ginormous buff. That's ginormous. R Grand Starfall crash landing on you. Pantheon now crashes down on his destination 0.25 seconds sooner. Yeah, overall, ginormous buff overall. Like, these are huge quality of life changes for a little bit of health regen. That doesn't really freaking matter, especially considering your sustain got buffed with your E. So, yeah, that's just really strong. So, Wrangler changes yet again. Q's average bonus damage is reduced by 40% against structures. I guess it was doing a bit too much damage. Can it crit against structures? I don't know. I guess so, and that's why they reduced it. I'm not sure. Bonus magic damage against monsters with his W was 65 to 130. Now it's 85 to 150. That's a ginormous buff because it helps with clear in general, and there's a little bit of nuke potential. So yeah, that's pretty good. But yeah, again, do you really need it? I don't think so. Rise, I mean, the other nerf was good, but did you need? It's just I don't know. It's just strange. Maybe there's a skin coming up or something. Rise, magic damage was 70 on his Q, 70 to 150, and 45% AP, 3% bonus mana. Now it's 70 to 150, 50% AP, 2% bonus mana. So lower AP, higher AP scaling very slight, doesn't really matter. Lower bonus mana scaling quite significant. It's way less. Um, Same base damage though, so it just nerfs the scaling. That's good. Um, People that suck at Rise, by the way, people keep on like making jokes about Rise, like, oh, he sucks, but like, okay, that's why he's being played in pro, right? Like, no, it's just people who play him suck. He's boring. Wukong crushing blow. That cooldown was 9 to 7 seconds. Now it's 8 to 6 seconds. Quite huge. Uh, W was 20 to 16. Now it's 20 to 12. That's quite huge as well. Although I think he maxes that last question mark. I don't know. Wukong can now dash through terrain using his W. Oh yeah, that's funny. I was playing a game and I was like, he can do that. That's interesting. So, yeah, I mean, that's quite a ginormous buff. Magic damage was 80 to 200. Now it's 80 to 200, and but they gave it a 20% more AP ratio, so it used to be 80% AP. Now it's 100%. Bonus magic damage against monsters 50. Now it's 80%. And like these are types. So what's your rationale? Wukong hasn't been pro much, despite having a theoretically good matchup into meta staples like Jason Graves. We're helping him claim his place in top lane while also reinvigorating Jungle Wu so he can be viable counter or flex pick. I don't get this because August always says about Vi, oh, not every champion needs to be pro play. And it's like, it's not about that, bro. It's just like, she just fucking needs something, you know? And it's like, how come Wukong, like, he's so boring? Like, why does he get, oh, we gotta make him in pro play. We have to make him good because Graves top and Jace top are so disgusting, and Wukong has a theoretically good matchup against him or something. Like, I don't know. It's kind of funny. It's kind of also funny how they also nerf, like, they say mobility is a problem in the game, but then what do they do? Like, Wukong can already dash over walls with his E. So what do? They're like, oh, let's give Wuk, let's nerf all the mobility in the game, but now let's make champions more mobile. Like, it's kind of like, it's like these are all just straight up buffs, and it's kind of strange. It's like Wukong, like, was really Wukong really this weak to get all these buffs all of a sudden? You know, it's just kind of like, it's kind of jarring. It's almost like, I don't know, when they do a bunch of changes like this, where it was like four straight up buffs, it kind of confuses my brain because it's like, was the balance really that wrong? Like, was it that inaccurate? You know, because like usually when I expect buffs or nerfs or something, I expect small amounts. I don't expect changing 3 to 4 abilities ginormously, making you able to dash over walls when you used to not be able to with an ability. It's kind of like, it kind of makes me question what's going on in terms of like the direction of balance. Like, was no one paying attention to Wukong? I don't know. I don't know. It's just annoying because I just don't like. I just don't like pick and choosing. I really don't like picking and choosing. It annoys me. It's just like the whole privilege thing. Yeah. So base HP was 490. Now it's 520. Cooldown on RLS Breath was 80. No, yeah, 80 to 30. Now it's 70 to 30. Again, Yasuo and Yon, same thing. 120 to 80. Now it's 120 to 60. It's kind of like these are just the two freaking meme champs where they're like, oh, we have to cater to the anime people. And it's just like, why can't they just take a nerf from an item and be left there? Like, um, I go to one writer stream sometimes about before. I haven't went there a while, but he's like, he's talking. When people say to him, "Oh, this item's been nerfed. Can this champion get rebuffed because that was their key item?" He's like, "Well, other champions got nerfed, and they build that same item, but they're not getting buffs. It's a system nerf, and they'll adjust. Like as in, like we'll see what happens, and even then, it's like probably not. And it's just kind of like it's always weird how Yasuo and Yon, whenever Shield Glow gets nerfed or IE, it's like, oh, we have to buff them because they need to stay at this very specific power to make people feel like they're really good at the game, you know. And it's kind of like it's kind of annoying because it's like, look at me. I used to play Vi. Vi used to be really freaking strong before because if you look at the patch notes, she was way stronger before, and also champions weren't as strong. People there was not as much damage to the game anymore. Uh, Before, and yeah, Blade of the Ruined King was really strong because percentage damage was rare. Um, but yeah, and like, oh, look, now she's shit, and I'm being told by people like, "Oh, play Vibe," but it's like, okay, well, she said shit, and I'm not playing a player. I hate being an immobile person getting absolute dumpstered by 2022 viewer champions, you know. And then it's like, if I was a Yasuo Yon main, you don't ever have to worry about anything because if they ever get nerfed or changed, they'll immediately rebuff them, just like that. And it's like, it's kind of annoying because it's like I always just feel like everything I enjoy just gets shit on, you know, like. It makes me actually quite sad, like really sad. I mean, I don't really give a shit because people annoy me so much about Vi. Like I actually don't really care, but I just don't get why Yasuo and Yon always have to be rebuffed. It's just kind of annoying, honestly. Zerry got some changes. In general, it's just mostly Get encouraging crit build, not on hit build. 80 growth was 2, now it's to 1.5. Attack damage was 53 to 87, now it's 50 to 75.5. Base armor was 22, now it's 20. Health growth was 90, now it's 95. Health at level 18, it was 2030, now it's 2115. Q burst fire, it was 10 to 30 damage plus 110 total AD. Now it's 7 to 15 plus 110 to 120 AD. Once upon a okay. Q burst fire now only applies on hit effects once per cast. So I think if like for I think what that means is like when you hit if you hit like one pellet on someone, it would apply I think an on hit like a Titanic, but jeez, I need to. It'll apply a Titanic, but now it only does it once. So instead of having like six, I think it will just do it once. I think I'm not sure. Zerry can now only gain one stack of R, Lightning Crash, and one instance of E. Spark Surge cooldown reduction per Q Burst Fire cast. Critical strikes on Q Burst Fire grant Zerry an additional R, Lightning Crash stack, and an additional instance of E. Spark Surge cooldown reduction. Ultra Shock Laser was 40 to 180 damage, 100% AD, 76% AP. Now it's 10 to 150, quite a big nerf base damage. 120% total AD, 70% AP. Cooldown was 23, now it's 28 to 22, quite a big nerf. Lightning Crash was 180 seconds, now it's 120 to 70 seconds. And then it did a little rebuff on her base stats. Base health increased her health by 30. Bonus R stacks and E refreshes when landing a crit on enemy champions was 1, now it's 2. Total bonus R stacks and E refreshes when Q hits and crits on enemy champions, it was 2, now it's 3. Ultra Shock Laser got a 20% increase in total AD ratio. Slow duration is now 2 seconds all ranks instead of 1 to 2. Cooldown on her E was 28 to 22, now it's 26 to 20. So yeah, they kind of rebuffed her. I also feel like people are still building the on-hit build when I really think they pretty much nerfed that and they need to build crit now. Abyssal Mass, the magic resist reduction was 5 plus 1% bonus health, capped at 20. Now it's 5 plus 1.25% bonus health, capped at 25. Quite a ginormous buff. This item is actually really good. The problem is that there's so much healing in the game that you would have to keep on building Thornmail second or something on the champion. And if you build like, it's just kind of like there's too much damage in the game. I don't know. But yeah, this item is really strong on the champions that can build it. It's a big Ornn buff, I believe. Fiddlesticks actually really likes this item as well. It's a really good Fiddlesticks item if you need MR. It's just the champions that would build this aren't really that popular. You know, like Zach would like this item, but at the same time, he kind of like Spirit Visage. But I don't know. Kind of like, it's kind of strange. It's more like a team comp reliant thing, or if your champion is tanky but doesn't have like health regen or something. Yeah, kind of strange item. It's just it's a very specific scenario thing. And the champions that build it aren't really that popular. Gale Force active cooldown was 90. Now it's 110 seconds. Moonstone Renewer, it was 6% per heal and shield per stack. Now it's maximum 30% at 5 stacks. It used to be 35. Umbral Glaive, total cost was reduced by 100 gold. Combined costs 100 gold less. Blackout duration was 45. Now it's 35 seconds. So that's just that's the cooldown. So the cooldown's 10 seconds sooner. Winter's Approach was nerfed. It's just too good. Gold increased by 100. Health lowered by 50. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Ruins, Time War Tonic was too strong. Movement speed was reduced by 1%, so from 5% to 4% while a potion's active. Immediate health and mana restoration was 50%, now it's 30%, so that's quite huge. Less baits, because I think people are abusing that so hard. Leona got a bunch of visual effects. Oriana got some visual effects. Shaco got visual effects. And there was some... What is this? What the heck is this? Interesting. Yeah, something about some freaking loot box shit I don't really care about. Some Stu's run out of icons. There was a big bug fix here. Oh yeah, this is a huge one. Fix the bug where sound effects were playing from Fog of War despite not having visibility of an item effect slash champion ability that triggered the sound effect. Yeah, this was a very prominent bug, and it would happen in my games like actually quite often. Like, are they doing Dragon? Are they doing Baron? And you could see like a Nocturne Q. You could hear Silas's Q detonating. It was pretty bad. Hopefully they fixed it. I really wonder what was causing it. But yeah, I really hope that was fixed because that was a really bad. Fix the bug that sometimes causes Aatrox voice lines not to play. What else? Fix the bug where Auction's second attack would gain 2 stacks of lethal tempo. That's pretty huge. Um, Anything else? Um, yeah, nothing really else is new skin stuff. Um, there was something else I wanted to be fixed, but I actually just forgot because I'm just tired. So yeah, what I think about the patch, I don't know. Gwen buff was nice, I guess. Zerry change was good. Rise nerf was good. I don't know about Pantheon. Lily and Nico's fine. Lee was good. Karthus big no. Callista's fine-ish. Jace is good. Pretty overall good. Um, I really wish I could remember what the hell I was gonna say, but I just don't remember. Oh yeah. So there's another bug I really hope they fix at some point is if say I'm playing like Gwen or something, some champion that has a voice interaction, like when in a radius tort like next to a champion. Like when I'm playing Gwen, I think she has a voice line where if you approach an enemy Viego, she'll say something to him. This voice line plays when they're in a bush and you don't see them. So level one, you can invade, and if your Gwen talks, it means he's in the bush or very close near you. So I'm not sure how that hasn't been fixed. So that's been in the game for like 3 plus years. Competitive game by the way. Um, so yeah, hopefully they fix that. That's it. Bye. Lol. Go watch me on Twitch. Thanks.